yourself getting particularly frustrated watching those games, knowing that might impact on the show?
Nah, not really. I mean, I don't think that's, not aiming for fifth spot, mate. So we'll see.
Last season when Spurs went to Forest, there was a moment where Richarlison was doing a few sort of kick-ups on the pitch, and it was actually Brennan Johnson who sort of took him out. There was a clip that went viral. I know this week when you were speaking to the football manager guys, you were talking about how you like your teams to play almost as if when they were kids. Do you like them to express themselves in that way, or is that pushing it a bit far? What do you think?
No, I reckon even if you did what Richie did as a kid, somebody'd give you a whack. That's just part of football. Everyone knows there's a line. I think, and it's all good. I don't think there's, we don't want to take all the fun out of the game. So, I think every player knows there's kind of a line, and if you cross that line, somebody will bring you back into line pretty quickly. And Brennan did with Richie. So yeah.
And just finally on Richie, it was mentioned the other day he scored. It was the first time in his. Was he aware of that? And what's he been like in training this week? Has he been on another level? Because the relief.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him if he was aware of that. But I think I said before the game, he looks a lot more sort of, freer at training from when I first arrived. Everything was a bit of a struggle for him when I first got here, and you could tell that, he wasn't able to sort of, play or move as freely as he wanted to, and he was kind of labouring through things, but he was still, still having an effect on games, but you could tell, and it got progressively worse, whereas, since he's come back, you just see him at training, and even before the game on the weekend, he just, he feels more like himself in terms of what he can do physically, and that's a big thing for a footballer, because for the most part, footballers are always sort of battling with something. There's always some little niggle, but if it's something that's really debilitating that they don't sort of deal with straight away, that they have to carry on with it, it has an impact on them, I think, physically, but also mentally, because they know that every game they go into, every training session is going to be a struggle, whereas you remove that from it and they can just play. And I thought you saw that last week. I thought not just his goals, but just his general work rate. I think at least 2 of the goals came from him winning the ball back for us. So, he's able to do that stuff, and I think that gives him more confidence.
John?
Just following on from that, Richarlison, when he was at his best at Everton, he was just a menace all over the pitch, wasn't he? He was absolutely everywhere, and in a good way.
Yeah.
But then, does that freedom and that sort of mentality sort of kind of mean that he's free to kind of just express himself so much more, and obviously therefore a lot more to come from him?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's kind of hopefully the platform we're giving him. Look, it's always a challenge for footballers. He came here and, like you said, he had a fantastic impact, in the Premier League with Everton, and he came here and again, whenever significant money is invested and the expectations rise, you go to a club that all of a sudden is competing for honours. All those kind of things are the challenges you have to overcome when you come to a big club. And like I said, that coupled with kind of the physical sort of setbacks he's had, and then as a striker, there's usually just one thing people measure you by, goals, and all those kind of factors. So, but again, that's up to him now. He's, like I said, what we're trying to do is give him that platform, and he showed last week that he can be still be a real threat at this level, and both with and without the ball. And he's not going to be starved of opportunities here, and it's up to him now to take them and get his football to the level that we all believe he can.
Can I just take you back to Brennan Johnson as well? Because obviously he's a young player, right, with a big price tag. How impressed have you been in the way that he has set up? It hasn't weighed heavy on his shoulders, has it?
No, I don't think so. I guess there's always some pressure there, and like I said, I always bear in mind that they're 22, and he's 22, and Destiny, Pape, 21, even Kulusevski, 23. They're all very, very young men still, and regardless of how much we say to them, don't worry about the price tag or don't worry about the expectations, they're human beings, so it affects them one way or another. And usually it's, you kind of hope you get an idea of the kind of people they are, from kind of the the trajectory their career's taken. And you look at Brennan, and he's had a really good upbringing and a really good foundation at Forest coming through there, and the way he's developed his football every year, that suggested to me that, you know what, even if it takes a little bit of time to adjust, he's shown already that he can go up levels. And I've been really pleased with him. Like I said, it's always hard when players come in late in the window, particularly to a new environment. It's not like we were already established and he's just got to plug in. The whole group was still learning how we're going to play and everything, and he's sort of walked in last minute, and I've been really happy with him. And the big thing for us is we know there's loads to come.
John?
I've been asked to ask about VAR, so I apologise.
No, you haven't. You just want to ask it. Yeah. Don't blame someone else.
I think that the key decision at the Liverpool game over the weekend needed 24 replays before it was made. Is this something that needs sorting out? Is it just slowing everything down?
Look, I think I'd be very surprised if people aren't unaware of my opinions on that. You know, as I said before, I don't think it's been used in the manner it was brought in for. So, you know, that's the space we're in, and I'm hoping that the people who are in charge, you know, kind of simplify the whole process into so everyone can really understand why it's in the game, because I don't really know why it's in the game at the moment. You know, it certainly hasn't made things clearer, hasn't made it more enjoyable, not for me. I still don't celebrate goals like I used to. So I think, but like I said, I think I've said my piece on that, and I'll leave it to the people who are in charge to kind of hopefully chart a way forward for it.
Going back to the game, Forest have got, I think, a sizable free card. Is that somebody you know personally come across?
Yeah, I've come across the president a few times, and yeah, very passionate football person. Long history in the game in Greece, and yeah, he's very passionate about his football.
You're a fan of, you come from a family from another Greek club?
Yeah, AEK Athens, mate. It's my club, AEK Athens. I was born about a kilometre from their stadium, mate. It was my dad's team.
Steve Cooper seems to be living under a constant threat of sack. Is that something that...
We all are, aren't we? You know, you would have been coming from me if we didn't win last week. Come on, be honest. I really like Coops. I actually, I think it was a couple of summers ago, the year he got promoted in the off season. We actually stayed at the same hotel in Athens here with his family, and me with my family. Just by coincidence, we were there, and I got to spend a bit of time with him, and got a lot of time for him. And he was, even before I'd met him, he was so well regarded within the coaching fraternity, just so well respected, and it can't be sort of dismissed what an achievement it was for him to get Forest into the Premier League from where he picked them up. And I don't think, as I said, kind of all of us, we want to make an impact at football clubs. He's made an undeniable impact at Forest, and he's a top manager, and I'm sure he'll work his way through this one as well.
Did you know you were coming to the Premier League then?
No, I was a Celtic, mate. We just finished my first year at Celtic, so I was well away from the Premier League.
Okay, we'll finish with Dan for 12 o'clock tomorrow, please.
And you said